an update on the Tony Romo situation. There's been a report from Michael McCarthy at Front Office Sports. He said basically that Watt this past week has been practicing a bunch with Jim Nantz, and it seems like CBS is planning for a full year of Nantz and Watt as the number one team. I mean, look, obviously Watt has the credentials. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. No one's questioning that. He's done well so far early on in his TV career. I mean, so much so he's been on the NFL Today. He's been the number 2 booth before this. So it's not surprising. I think what's interesting about it is, and just like stepping back, look at the whole picture, is when this situation occurred, I don't know how many people thought right away, oh, he's done. Was that your impression? Because it feels like the momentum's building where Romo will not be back to a booth. CBS can get out from underneath some of that contract. But that being said, I don't know that this is ever going to come open again. I mean, JJ Watt's relatively young. He could do this for a long, long time if he wants to. And there may not
That's
be another
correct.
opportunity for someone to come in and take it.
There won't. And if there is another opportunity, it'll probably be Olsen. So I don't listen. Did I think that it was bigger than maybe what it might have been initially, expected? I thought so. Again, and maybe I'm crazy, Q. Maybe I live in a fantasy world of how I view my realities, but again, I'm going to come back to, if he was a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback in the National Football League, in my humble estimation, I do not think that this situation leads to him not being in the booth. It's the fact that his accolades don't carry enough weight for the justification. And that's to me, look at who they replaced him with. JJ Watt checks off all of the boxes accolades wise. He checks off all of the boxes looks wise. He checks off the boxes and how he handles himself. He's a community oriented dude. If you look at what he does in the community, he services the community. Remember the hurricanes and the relief funds and all that. JJ Watt is everything that you would want in the booth representing your brand. Now, you stack that up and you measure that and you weigh that against Tony Romo. It does. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. It doesn't compare. So you have to be more. I said it the first time we talked about it, and I'll double down on it again. Tony Romo should not have been getting more casual and more relaxed in what he felt his position was. He should have been working that much harder. You have to compensate. You have to overcompensate for the fact that you're sitting in a position that generally would most likely be a gold jacket that's going to put you in that seat. The star got you there, but it was your job to keep it. And he could have, but you can't be making mistakes like that where it makes it an easy decision to say, it's not that we don't like you, Tony. It's just that there's more accomplished, better voices. We were listening to Tom Brady saying what he's saying and doing what he's doing, and as a competitor, and we just can't afford to have you doing off-field stuff like this and not be accomplished as you should be in order for your brand to stand up to a Tom Brady's brand with battle of the A groups. And J.J. Watt fits the bill. That's how I look at it.
So, one comment you made earlier, I think this will be interesting. I don't think that CBS will want to go from Romo to Watt to Olsen. I think JJ Watt's got a great opportunity here, and in part because most networks want some stability at that spot, especially when they're going to be hosting Super Bowls in the future. Now, granted, they don't have one this year, but as there's ongoing negotiations with their media rights deal, they probably want to sell to the NFL, hey, we've got a guy who we feel good about. He's for the long term. It kind of helps give the NFL a feel for, okay, like they've got a good spot. So unless it's an absolute disaster, I can't imagine that he won't be the guy for the long term. if they do have him for the entirety of the season. And it's unfortunate for Greg Olson because he does such a great job. He's winning Emmys. However, that's just the position that he's in. He couldn't get to that spot this year with the way everything shook out. Yeah. The other thing I want to ask is, does it ultimately matter? I mean, like, you watch a lot of games with music on or on mute. I mean, Ray, I'm curious to get a female's opinion on this. Do you care whether it's Romo or JJ Watt? I mean, maybe you feel like one's more easier on the eyes. Maybe you want to watch that, but
God.
I'm throwing this out. Like, beast. Does it matter ultimately?
He is a beast. JJ Watt. Oh my gosh. That is a,
Jeez.
Okay. All right. Maybe I should.
I bet you he drives a Nissan Frontier. Respect that pickup truck.
He does.
He'll get the job done with no fuss if he drives that Nissan Frontier. This is a read, y'all. It's built for the work week. Get you ready for the weekend. Make sure you get a 2026 Nissan Frontier. I put J.J. Watt in the Nissan Frontier, and I put Ray in the passenger side seat, even though he is married, Ray, by the way. So there you go. I don't know what that means.
Keep that in mind, Ray. All right, keep that in mind.
I'll sit in the back.
Let's calm things down.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Patty, does it matter to you, Patty, who's calling that game? Because I feel like there's this perception that, if your Seahawks are playing someone, you're going to watch, right? Like, you don't care who's calling the game, do you?
No, I really don't. I'm still going to watch. That said, I grew up watching J.J. Watt, so hearing his expertise on defensive side of things is really going to be something I want to hear and just I want to see him talk, and I grew up idolizing and watching him.
You want to see him talk?
I want to hear him talk. I'm sorry,
okay.
But I want to. I'm curious to see how he'll do. He's awesome.
Listen, I pick and choose who I want to listen to. That's my thing. If I like you, I'll listen to you. If I'm not blown away by the way you call the games, I'll turn it off. I'll put it on mute, or I'll turn the music on. That's what I'll do. Because a funny thing, and I know you're probably a lot like this. You can't watch a game as a normal civilian. You can't do it. Right. I can't just sit there and just be a fan and be into it and oh, there's the commentary. More often than not, I'm making the points, watching the plays. I'm making the points literally seconds before the commentator comes on, the analyst comes on, and I'm breaking down and analyzing the game as I'm watching it. So if I feel I hate to be the one where I'm sitting there man, this what is he saying, or why introduce it this way, or I start critiquing the people that are talking. I don't want to do that. So I just turn it off. But the guys that I really like, the guys that are good, I like listening to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They're probably my favorite. I love the excitement that Gus Johnson brings to the table. I'll listen to the game. I feel like if a guy who's running the show can create that level of, okay, the stakes are high. Oh my gosh, did you see the play? If you got a guy that can also get the energy in the room going up, I'll listen. You know what I mean? But if you don't bring something special to the table, man, I'm not really. It doesn't really matter to me.
Okay, all right, I like that. I just think that the pay that Romo got, I'll be curious to see if they'll be able to give that back out again. I mean, that was a huge contract, and really it set the market. It set guys up, like Troy Aikman, like Tom Brady for those big deals. Because I think a lot of TV networks didn't think that was going to happen, and CBS was willing to pay, and other people followed suit. But nonetheless, it looks like it'll be J.J. Watt for CBS as the number one crew for the entirety of this year. And what happens to Romo? Well, we'll have to keep you informed on that.